Hi, Mrs. Claus here. How are you? Thanks for returning. You know, Christmas is a very, very special time of year, and it means so many different things to so many people. It could be religious, it's toys, it's families, it's events, snow, snowflakes, Christmas lights, and Christmas trees. Now, I have heard a lot of legends about how a Christmas tree came to be. Some people even say the story of the Christmas tree when Santa and I got married, the Christmas tree. But no. This is a better story, and this is the story that I like. It takes place quite a while ago, a long, long time ago, as a matter of fact. A little boy and a little girl were living in a little cabin. It was a cottage, I should say. But it was warm inside. They had a nice fireplace that kept them warm. They had a nice bed to sleep in, and they had food to eat. And they had each other, brother and sister, family. Well, one winter night, it was so cold outside, you could hear the wind whipping around. And the little boy and the girl were huddled together by the fireplace. And suddenly, they heard a tick. It was a little knock on their door. Who could that be? So they ran over to the door, and they opened the door, and outside, in the midst of the cold, the snow whirling around him, was a little boy. He was very thin. He was wearing rags. He had no shoes, and he looked at the brother and sister and said, "Please, could I come in and get warm?" They brought him in immediately. They shut the door on the snow and the cold. They brought him in and they sat him down by the warm fire. They gave him some new clothes to wear, and they gave him some shoes and socks because he had no shoes. And then they made him a nice, warm meal of porridge. And when it was time to go to bed, they put him in their bed and covered him with the blankets. And they slept on the floor by the fireplace. He was safe. They were happy. All was well. In the middle of the night, suddenly they heard this sound outside, and they got up, and they got a lantern, and they opened the door, and outside they saw lots and lots of children singing. And they were all glowing, and things were silver, and it was as if they were rising above them. And then suddenly, right in front of them, stood the little boy. But he didn't look like the little boy they had brought in to their home that night. He was all silvery, and he was glowing, and he was beaming. "I am the Christ child. I have come to find children such as you and bear them gifts. You gave me clothes when I didn't have any. You brought me into your home when I had none. You fed me when I was hungry. And for this, I am going to give you something that will bear you gifts every year for the rest of your lives." And with that, he reached over to a fir tree and he broke a twig off. And he put it in the ground right by the front of the little cottage. And he looked at the boy and girl and he said, "These are blessings. This tree will grow as long as you live, and every year it will bear you golden fruit and gifts. because you have given of yourself to someone who had nothing. And sure enough, every year around Christmas, the tree grew bigger and bigger and bore them gifts, so they never had needs and they never had to worry again. I love that story. And with that, I wish you a good evening, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. Blessings upon you from Santa and Mrs. Claus. Bye-bye.